analyze sales by stores, by date, week, month. So now I actually have sales on 25th October. If I look at the store sales, I can do a comparison within the stores. So at HQ, you can set up in a way that the POS information come back to your HQ quite frequently. So you do not need to, maybe the retail operation manager do not have to call every half an hour to each individual store, hey, what is the sale today, and so on. At this one system itself, you can actually see all the sales. Then on the item hierarchy, you can actually analyze based on the product group, item category. For example, maybe this one is a beverage, this is the sales today, and then what's the profit. Individual item analysis, and we have customer sales representative, as well as by the GL account. Other analysis tools that we have is probably like the most common, probably is the top list. So over here I can actually drill down and then I can look at by item. I can see that I want to sort by quantity. So actually the best selling item is actually milk, 1 liter. Very easily you can also sort it by amount. Okay, so bicycle probably is costing more, so your sales amount is higher. And probably by profit and so on. Then there's another features that we have is a dynamic item hierarchy. So you can actually set up your own dynamic based on the item category and then print out the report. So just let me go to the setup. If you look over here, we have created something like, for example, a grand total. Then I want to look at my product by season and then by item itself. So this hierarchy ID is actually item 003. So I go to this report that is built in LS Retail, item, dynamic item hierarchy. So I can run this report. Okay, basically, I will actually have all the information in a report. So you do not actually need to build the reports based on the item hierarchy itself. So moving down, there's other things like all this advanced sales statistic view, which you can also set up by yourself. With all the transaction, one good thing about this is all the information is captured. So you can actually drill down into the source entry. So for example, I'm going to show you maybe this statistic. You can drill down. And then, sorry, this is the advanced statistic. So this is actually set up by myself. I actually want to see the sales amount, the VAT amount, the discount amount, and then the number of counts. So I can actually drill down to the source. This is the item ledger entries. So if you have set up a proper item card with all the hierarchy, you can actually easily do your analysis, sales analysis, probably your operation team, your finance team, or your marketers. So one of another thing that probably for the buyers, they set up all your master data and then they need to purchase. So they actually have a lot of documents like PO and so on. So how do they actually maintain this type of information? We actually have a thing called buyer workbench, one of the function. So over here, under the PO actually assigned to this buyer. So under their own workbench, they can actually see what are the documents that they want to work on. And then they can also set some flag on this. So probably if you actually have some expired POs, there's actually some alert. So okay, I probably this buyer will need to call the vendors and say, where's my stock? Because this is supposed to reach today and so on. another thing that is quite a good mechanism in LS Retail is actually the pricing mechanism. There's quite a few number of tiers for the pricing. We can actually do it in a pricing group, and then we can actually do by stores. We can set up different mechanism. Like just now what Rama has actually mentioned, you probably have all those mix and match. So I actually set up configure some mix and match, maybe like buy 3 get 1 free, or buy item A and item B, and then you get maybe 20% discount, or maybe a bundle price. So later on, when I demonstrate on the POS itself, I will show an example of this mix and match promotion on the POS itself. So now this is the head office, some of the features that you can use in head office. So now we will look at your store server itself. What are the features that is good within the store server itself? So let's say I go to the next counter that is actually used by the stores. So when I log in, you see this is a store ID. This is a different ID you can see. And then I can set up in a way that only set up by the rows. And then these are the only tasks that I can actually see. So over here, there's this thing called store dashboard. This store dashboard actually gives the store manager or store supervisor the first-hand information in the stores. What are the tasks that they need to do? What are the things that they need to follow up? So over here, we can see that how many items is within the stores. There's any new items. So they can have a first-hand information of what's the sales within today, yesterday, and then by this month or week, and probably the information by last year as well. Then over here, there's some pending purchase order that I need to do. If you see that there's this red line, this is actually an alert button. So this is configurable. So we can actually set some parameters and say that, okay, maybe more than 3 documents, you have a red alert. So when the supervisor or the store manager see this, they can actually click in and see, oh, what's the information, why there's such an alarm. And they can also drill down into the document straight away. So for example, like the purchase order, so they can actually proceed from here as well. Basically, the store function is for the stores to do their inventory management. So most of the tasks over here will be like purchasing, stock requests. So if you actually have a handheld device solution built in, you can also use your handheld device to actually do stock take, stock receiving. Normally for handheld devices, because of the speed, it will be faster than you key in manually. Is there any question on this? If not, then we can move on to the cost.
So you have got the various branches on your left, right? Vertical. Can you have them change vertically? I mean, horizontally. Are you
With this
allowed to do
panel
that?
itself.
Oh yeah. Oh, the back end one.
Oh,
You know. Yeah, you had some items, some stores on the left-hand side, right?
this one.
Yeah, and then you've got all your profit. Are you able to have?
Not within this report. Not within this input.
But you can configure it such that your shops, the stores are all, horizontal on top.
That is
And then the
actually
products.
another analysis.
Actually, the other report is there in
Yeah.
that way.
You
It's
have
already
that
there.
report, is it?
Restore you can see in this way.
Yeah, yeah.
And the item you can see in this way.
Okay.
It's already there.
Oh, you do have, okay.
Probably need a while to come back.
Okay, and then another question. Your front end, just now you said when your dashboard or something like that, right? When you enter, then you see a new item. You said number 1 or whatever. New item meaning as of what? Each day? New item for the day.